Hello, my name is Josh Lee, and this is my introduction presentation for AEP 858, Data Analysis and Assessment. So just a quick introduction of myself. I'm from Colby, Kansas originally. I went to high school there. I went to junior college there, lived there most of my life at that point. And then I moved to Manhattan, Kansas, and graduated from Kansas State University in 2004 with my degree in mathematics secondary education. Went and got a job teaching high school math in Great Bend. Eventually moved on to Valley Center and became a math intervention specialist. So I worked on the MTSS side of things, and providing interventions to students who needed help and in order to grow and progress in math. I'm married to a building administrator in Valley Center. We have three kids, a 12-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 6-year-old. I've got a picture there from about a year and a half ago of the family at Disney World. Currently, I work with Kansas MTSS and Alignment through TASN. I'm a state MTSS and Alignment trainer, so I specialize in helping schools set up systems for their mathematics education, as well as just aligning their overall systems. We work in, their schools tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 instruction, as well as just aligning their systems between, their math instruction, their language arts instruction, their social emotional learning, and their early education for small children. So current data situation. So my situation obviously is a little bit different than others. I don't work in one district. I provide trainings in multiple districts. So I work kind of all over the state. And one of the big pieces of what we do is working with districts about their database decision making. That's a foundation of our group, our MTSS group. It'd be easy to come in and say, hey, change everything, but we need you to look at your data and figure out what your data is telling you, and then we'll problem solve accordingly to figure out what our next step should be. So we always want to look at what data is telling us, and so as far as what I've done, I've become very accustomed to looking at data and making decisions about that data. We could always improve, and I feel like our team could improve it at using district data, what their data says to start off with, to help guide a little bit more. It's a transition period from just do it this way to let's look at what the data says and do it the way that makes the most sense based on that. As far as the personal knowledge goes, when I was a classroom teacher, I didn't have a lot of knowledge of how to use data. I mean, pre and post test and trying to guide a little bit of instruction, but I didn't use a lot of it to really directly guide what I did. As an intervention specialist, it became a big deal for me because I was knee deep in the data and looking at where students were and helping to get them to get to the next step. So that became a much bigger part of my job. The entire job was based around the data that I worked with. Currently, in my position, I train teachers on these same things, having discussions and conversations about data and making instructional decisions based on what they see. So it's become a massive piece of what I do. And I think it should be, because we shouldn't just kind of blindly follow nothing. We want to look at what's going on and determine then what are our next steps based on that. As far as my plan for improvement, I need our team in general, and including myself, needs to get better at using that district data to guide the work we do in training. I mentioned that earlier. I think we need to improve at communicating data to all the stakeholders to help get buy-in. Making sure the data does not belong to a math teacher or an English teacher. It belongs to everybody. And we all need to buy into how we're going to improve that. And then building a better job of creating the feeling that data is not an attack. It's easy to think like, oh, those numbers aren't what I want, so I'm being attacked here. And it's not an attack. It's an opportunity for improvement and for growth. When you see numbers that you don't like, you can grow and improve those numbers. But that can be difficult. And so maybe using data to help build collective teacher efficacy to help teachers grow. Thank you for watching. Looking forward to the class.